What's good, everybody? It's me, Tim Keys, and today I want to talk about free resources and tools that you can use to make music. So, it's no secret that right now, for a lot of people, cash is kind of tight and may not necessarily have a lot of money to spend on resources for, music creation, and you might just not have a big budget coming out the gate. So, what I want to do with this video is just talk about some free tools that you can use to record music. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is a DAW that I've mentioned before in another video. This DAW is Cakewalk. It used to be Sonar. It got bought out back in 2018, and in my opinion, it's a really good DAW for what it is. It pretty much offers you everything you need to make music. It manipulates audio. You can time stretch, you can sample, you can record. It's a linear DAW, so the layout is more traditional compared to something like an Ableton or FL Studio, but it has great sounds. It gives you an unlimited number of tracks, and you can manipulate MIDI fairly well in the DAW, and it's absolutely free. I've heard a lot of people talk about this DAW, and many have said that this DAW has the potential to be a replacement to Pro Tools due to its accessibility and its quality for recording. And it has a built-in bridge. So if you have a lot of VSTs coming out the gate, 32-bit and so forth, this will do 32 bits, 64-bit, VST2 and VST3 right out the gate. It can also manipulate video, and you can do some film scoring or scoring, like notation, with this DAW. And it's absolutely free. I think it's a great source to use, and if you're on the fringes and you just want to check out something different, it costs you no money. I think it's worth checking out. The next DAW I want to talk about is MPC Beats. MPC Beats has been out for a while now, and it has some great features in its own right. MPC Beats is limited. It is the stripped down version of the MPC software, which is the same software that is found in all of Akai MPC's modern equipment. So the Live 2, the Live 1, the 1 and the MPC X all run based on a more feature-rich version of this software. However, with this software, you get access to 8 MIDI tracks, 2 audio tracks. You get a tube synth, you get another synth, I forgot what synth that is. You get electric pianos, a decent selection of effects, and you get the ability to sample and utilize that MPC workflow. So it's got a good time stretch. A lot of people who have both the MPC, the new units, as well as the computer-based versions, they have said that using the computer, they have found the time stretch algorithm to be a lot more easier than the hardware. So if you're not someone that's married to the idea of, having a standalone unit per se, and you're comfortable working with your laptop, this product is absolutely free. And it comes with a great selection of drums, and it sounds great in my opinion. And not only can you use this in standalone, as a DAW in and of itself to run your VSTs in, you can also take this product and run it in something like BandLab, Cakewalk. And so you can have the best of both worlds for handling your beats and then using something like BandLab to record. The next free product I want to talk about is Waveform Free. Waveform Free is another DAW. This used to be known as Traction, and yeah, you get a lot of features for no cost. They offer you an unlimited number of tracks and an unlimited number of audio to use. You do need to make sure you have I would recommend using a MIDI controller, but you don't need one. And it comes with its own synthesizer out of the gate. and its own, drum computer, its own digital drum computer that will allow you to upload samples as well as use the sounds that are there. It also has a nice MIDI engine, and it can generate chords and chord progressions. So for those of you who may not be as astute in music creation, and you might need some help, or you might see those guys who use different MIDI products like your Unison Audio and your the MIDI packs that they have. This can generate MIDI independently. If you set it up correctly, it will help you with chord progressions and things of that nature. And it's built in and it's free. So I want to throw that out there. It doesn't have a built-in bridge. So I think you can only do 64-bit and have your VST3 and standard VST2 support. But this is all you're starting out with. This is a good option. In my opinion, it kind of has a sound similar to FL Studio. So these are 3 DAWs that you can use that are absolutely free. So if you're wondering what DAW to use and you're starting out, I would definitely check these out. This does have a paid for option that you can look into as well. So if you like this DAW and want to get the full featured version that would have a few more synthesizers and things of that nature, you can buy it for about $110, $112. Next is Audio Damage. Audio Damage, roughly 8 days ago, has released about 30 plugins or more that you can access for free. And these include anything from filters and reverbs and drum machines and synthesizers, additive and subtractive, as well as your effects, your flangers, your distortions, your phasers. There's a lot here that you can use, and these are good quality. I've played with some of the plugins. I may or may not do a demo in the future, going more in depth into some of these products, but these are good products that you can use, and they're all absolutely free. So again, if you're looking for effects and you're looking for a few synthesizers to use, definitely check this out. It's free of charge. They give you 30 plugins. Next is Vital. Vital, I've done a couple of videos on that, some sound design tutorials. Vital, in my opinion, is great. You can access the free version, and it comes with 75 presets and 25 wavetables, but you can look online and get presets, additional presets, and download them for free, as well as additional wavetables. You just have to do a Google search, see what's out there. But if you come into a little bit more money, for 25 bucks, you get more features, or if you save up, you can get a more full version for about 80 bucks. Or if you don't mind a subscription for $5 a month, that's roughly like the cost of a cup of coffee, a big cup of coffee. You can get the subscription, and you have access to everything, as well as whatever perks are available. A lot of people, including myself, would call this a great alternative to synthesizers such as Serum, and it has a great sound. I don't think it's a replacement for Serum, but it's a good alternative, and it's a great resource, paid or free. I definitely would check this out. There's a lot you can do with this. The next synth I want to talk about is Odin II. Odin II has been around for a while, and what makes this synthesizer unique is the different engines that you can utilize. You have to go through and look through the the description, but there's a lot in this synthesizer. If you're familiar with Reason, this synthesizer is very much laid out similar to Thor, in that you can open up one of these oscillators and it gives you the option of like analog, FM, wavetable. You can draw in your own your own waveforms, pardon me, and then you just go and route it from there, and use a different combination of filters, your standard low pass, high pass, Moog ladders, Korg 35, and you know, you can begin to shape your sounds. And there's a decent built-in effects engine. So with 3 different oscillators that you can, you know, upload and begin to work with, there's a lot that you can do with this synthesizer, and it has a very comprehensive modulation matrix. This is another one that is free and I would recommend checking out. The only drawback is this one is a VST3 unit, so you need to, well, if you're using the Cakewalk, it won't matter. But if you use something like MPC by itself, you may need to have a bridge. So keep that in mind. Some of your free DAWs don't necessarily read VST3 out of the gate. However, you know, with the Cakewalk, you get a built-in bridge and you don't have to worry about those hindrances. It's definitely worth checking out. The next one I want to talk about is Zebralette, which is a spectral synth. Again, this is free. This is one oscillator with 16 slots, and you can choose the waveforms that you want to put in. I haven't used this one as much except for as a preset, but I do have a couple of ideas of how I want to use it, especially because it's free. But it is a great tool. In my opinion, it has a lot of unique sounds that can put you in a different sonic territory compared to what's out there. So again, it's worth checking out. And yeah, it's free of charge. Very powerful. Next one, StudioLink Drum Pro. Drum Pro is a drum machine that you can use 32-bit or 64-bit. And it comes with about, you know, it's got the 12x3, pardon me, the 4x3 layout, so you get 12 different drums. And in my opinion, there's some good quality drum samples in here. I haven't used it extensively for loading up my own drums, but before I came into like the MPC products and things of that nature, or just buying my own drum kits, this was like a go-to, and it has a good amount of sounds, especially, you know, if you want to make the trap and the hip-hop space, those type of sounds, or even if you want to get the EDM, there's a lot of good kits in here, and it's worth checking out. If you got a little bit more money and you want access to more of the sounds, StudioLink offers a very comprehensive rompler, very much geared towards the urban sounds, but very good in its own right. Worth checking out. But again, for this product right here, absolutely free. If you're strapped for drums and, you know, want some of those urban sounds, look into this. Next one I want to talk about is Roland Cloud. Now, Roland Cloud is a subscription, and so they have their different versions that you can utilize here, from Core, Pro to Ultimate. However, you can also sign up and get a free Roland account, and you will get Zenology Lite, which is what I showed in the YouTube Shorts video that I put out not too long ago. Sorry if I messed that up, trying to get my Shorts game on point. Anyhow, Zenology Lite comes with about 200 sounds. They're Roland sounds, so you're going to get quality sounds because Roland does not slack when it comes to the quality of their synthesizers, in my opinion. And so you get 200 sounds across the board, everything from your pads, your leads, your keys. You also get some drum sounds right out of the gate. And once you sign up, you also get Zen Beats, which is its own music creation software. And I haven't played with that as much beyond what I use it for on my phone, tinkering around with it. But again, it's another tool that you can use, especially if you're limited on funds and you want to get into making music. I definitely recommend checking this out because this is Roland. Doesn't get better than that. Next one, Labs by Spitfire Audio. Labs by Spitfire Audio is a sound design company that's been around for a while. And I can say that at least since 2018, I've been noticing they have been releasing a lot of free content, and they do not disappoint in terms of the quality of what they release. They have some excellent tools. In my opinion, it could give a lot of, the paid competitors a run for their money, because this is all free. So, from different types of pads, pianos, to guitars, mandolins, brass instruments, string instruments, you can download a lot of free libraries to get those acoustic sounds, to get those, those acoustic sounds, what they call the bread and butter sounds, as well as your synth sounds, are absolutely free. And these sound amazing. I would not sleep on these. Check these out, give them a shout, download them, especially if you're like just looking for new sounds. And again, you have a tight budget. Next is Surge. Surge has been out for a while. It's open source now. And I think with their latest iteration, they're on BST3. But they have features like, MPE support, micro tuning, and I call it the OG wavetable synth because, in my opinion, it has a lot of features on it that were kind of like a precursor to Serum. It's very feature rich. It can do your analog, your wavetable, and your FM. So it can be overwhelming. But if you learn how to work this synthesizer, it can very well be like a one-stop shop for your plugin, your VST plugin needs. And so again, if you're on a budget, or even if you're not on a budget, this is one I would download and check out. Like the presets alone could be enough to keep you occupied for a long time. Next is Native Instruments, the free stuff. Native Instruments has a lot of stuff that they provide for free. They have their community drive that they put out back in 2021. The first one they put out back in 2020 as a result of COVID. And there's a lot of good sounds in here. They also provide you with a Complete Start. Complete Start, gave you 2,000 different sounds and whatnot. They also had like the limited version of some of their more feature-rich like contact plugins. And again, these are free. The Guitar Rig 6 player, which is an effects-based unit. You can use it for your guitar, but you can also use it to process, as an effects plugin, basically, to process your synthesizers or your VSTs and add more life to those sounds. They also give you complete control, Reactor 6, the player version, Contact 6 player, Blocks bass, as well as a compressor and another synthesizer, and now Tractor DJ 2. All of these things they provide for free. And I will also say that Native Instruments, in terms of its products and the quality of its sounds, it does not disappoint. So again, if you're looking for potential sounds that you can use in your recordings, look no further. Start here. Last one I want to talk about, Big Fish Audio Momentum. Now, I did a video back in the summer last year, 2021, where I compared Reason's Mimic to other synthesizers and samplers that were on the market. This was one of those samplers, and this has also been out for a while, and a lot of people that have used this compare this to a Serato sample. Many people have said that this is better than Serato sample. I can't necessarily say. I've used Momentum a little bit. I played with the plugin of Serato sample, and shame on me, but I personally I couldn't get with it the same way. This has a lot of features that Serato Sample has, but it's free. It'll find the key of your audio, so if you're messing around with loops, it'll find the key for you. It'll give you the tempo. You can slice up the audio, play it back, making beats. You can put it in one-shot mode. You can add effects to your different, your loops. You can even edit the MIDI. And so there's a lot here. And this is all free. When Serato Sample came out, it was about $100. So if you are intrigued by that type of workflow, where you're a sample-based producer and you want to chop up loops, but you may not necessarily want to go into something like the MPC, I would definitely check this out. Now, again, I think I put up over 10 different products that are free that can get you as a user to get started making music at no cost. And by no means is this list comprehensive. There are countless other free tools available that you can use. But in my opinion, these tools are of significant quality. Like, they sound good, they do not disappoint. You start making music, once you figure out what you're doing, you can make some good quality stuff, because the tools that I'm showing you, these are high quality tools. So it's one thing to have free stuff at your disposal. It's another thing to have free stuff that sounds good. And I can vouch for the fact that these are free tools that sound good. And they'll pretty much cover everything you need for music making. Regardless of what style you do, there's something here that anybody can use. So thank you for watching this video. I'm Tim Keys. I'm out. Peace.